Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we've got some very explosive news coming straight from Washington that's set to shake up the entire tax system. So hold on tight because Trump is unleashing a plan that's so radical it might just change everything you thought you knew about income taxes. So Trump is taking no prisoners with his vision for a leaner government. In an unprecedented move, he's aiming to dismantle the Internal Revenue Service altogether and replace it with a new system that taps into external revenue sources. That's right. Imagine a future where your paycheck isn't chipped away by income tax deductions. In a dramatic shakeup, over 6,700 IRS employees have been fired as we speak. And it's not just a routine change. These were primarily probationary staff, including key auditors and collection agents, who play a huge role during the tax season. So why now? Well, the timing couldn't be more controversial as it hits right in the middle of the IRS's busiest season. So what does it signal? Well, this isn't just about staffing. It's a clear message that the old ways are being scrapped to make room for something completely new. Now, here's where the plot thickens. Instead of collecting income taxes, Trump's administration plans to rely on tariffs, fees, and duties on all imported goods to fuel federal revenue. The idea is simple, yet revolutionary. So let's examine the current revenue. Well, the government collects roughly $3 trillion a year from income taxes. What's the new strategy? Shift that burden to importers by imposing tariffs, potentially at 100% or even greater on certain goods. Now, what about the budget cuts? Well, with an ambitious goal to cut federal spending by $2 trillion, the savings could pave the way for major rebates directly to American households, to people like you and me. So let's crunch the numbers on this radical proposal, shall we? So first up, income tax revenue. So as I said, this currently brings in around $3 trillion annually. What about the tariff impact? Well, to match this, tariffs would need to be sky high. Think 100% or more on all imported goods. Onto the spending cuts and the rebates. Well, if the government trims $2 trillion off its spending, a 20% rebate could translate to roughly $5,000 back per household. So imagine getting that extra cash every year. So what does that mean for you? Well, this overhaul isn't just about policy changes. It could reshape the entire economic landscape by creating a simplified tax system. So you can say goodbye to complicated tax filings and endless paperwork. Also, direct rebate checks. So with a potential 20% rebate, more money might end up in your pocket, reducing your monthly financial stress. Now, what are the economic ripple effects? Well, while tariffs on imports could mean higher prices for some goods, the goal is to boost domestic spending and, of course, curb that wasteful government spending. Also, there will be a shift in audits. With 6,700 agents fired, questions arise about how rigorously tax compliance will be enforced moving forwards. Will audits decrease, or will new strategies be implemented? Well, only time will tell. So what's the political play and the challenges ahead? Well, President Trump's plan is not just an economic strategy, it's a bold political statement. So here are some key points. First of all, government efficiency. The move is aimed at cutting down wasteful spending and streamlining government operations. Next up, accountability. Well, there's a strong focus on reclaiming money lost to mismanagement and fraud, especially highlighted during the pandemic, where unused funds were a hot topic. Next up comes a controversial transition, shifting from a long-established tax system to one based on tariffs is no small feat. Critics point out potential downsides such as disruptions to international trade, and the risk of increased consumer prices. Now, what about the implementation hurdles? Well, replacing the IRS means not only firing thousands of employees, but also rebuilding a completely new structure, a process that's bound to face political and logistical challenges. So here's what to watch out for next. As we follow this unfolding story, keep an eye out for these developments. First of all, the IRS overhaul. How will the firing of thousands impact tax collection and, of course, enforcements? Keep an eye out for tariff adjustments. Will new tariffs really generate enough revenue to replace income taxes? Next up, the economic impact. What will the ripple effects be on everyday goods, international trade, and overall consumer costs? Also, watch out for the rebate rollout. Stay tuned for details on the potential rebate checks. Could that be $5,000 a household? Is it a reality? What about political reactions? Well, with so much at stake, expect heated debates and a storm of opinions from both sides of the aisle. So here's my final thoughts. This isn't just another policy shift, it's a potential revolution in how we think about taxation and government spending. The proposal to abolish the IRS and fund government operations through tariffs is very bold, controversial, and packed with potential. So, whether this will lead to a more efficient government or spark unforeseen economic challenges, well, I guess that remains to be seen. If you're as intrigued and as excited as we are, please hit that like button, subscribe for more rapid fire updates, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're here to keep you informed as this dramatic story evolves. So thanks for watching, and remember, we're in for an exciting ride as history unfolds right before our very eyes. Have a great day, guys.